The real reason. You're always tired after 60, the complete guide to reclaiming your energy. You know, I got a message from Susan last week. She's 64, and she said something that just broke my heart. She told me, I wake up tired. I go to bed tired, and I'm tired all day long. I used to have so much energy. I remember being 45 and working a full day, then coming home to cook dinner, help with grandkids, and still having energy to read a book before bed. But now I feel like I'm dragging myself through every single day. I can barely make it through grocery shopping without needing to sit down. What's wrong with me? Am I dying? Is this just what happens when you get old? And here's the thing. Susan isn't alone. Not even close. If you're listening to this, and you're over 60, I bet you've felt exactly the same way. Maybe you've woken up and immediately thought, I need coffee just to function. Maybe you've canceled plans with friends because you just didn't have the energy. Maybe you've looked in the mirror and wondered where that vibrant person went. Maybe you've even said to yourself, well, I'm just getting older. This is just how it is now. I need to accept that my best days are behind me. But what if I told you that's not true? What if I told you that I've helped thousands of people over 60 not just get their energy back, but feel better than they have in decades? What if I told you that constant fatigue after 60 isn't just about aging? It's about something much more specific that most doctors completely miss, and more importantly, something you can actually fix. See, everyone talks about getting older like it's this inevitable decline. Your doctor might tell you it's normal. Your friends might say, welcome to the club. And you might even convince yourself that feeling exhausted is just part of life. Now, but I've been studying senior health for over 15 years, working with over 3,000 clients, and I've discovered something that changed everything I thought I knew about fatigue after 60. It's not what you think it is. It's not about needing more sleep. It's not about slowing down. And it's definitely not something you just have to accept. The real reason you're always tired after 60 has to do with something happening inside your body that starts around age 50, but most people don't feel it until their 60s. And once you understand what it is, you can actually do something about it. So grab a cup of coffee or tea if that's your thing, get comfortable, and let's dive into this together. Because by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why you feel the way you do. And more importantly, what you can do to get your energy back. So let's start with what's really happening in your body after 60. And I want you to imagine your body like a car for a moment. When you're younger, your car runs on premium fuel. Everything's working smoothly. The engine is purring, and you can go for miles and miles without any problems. But as you get older, something starts to change. It's not that your car is broken. The frame is still solid. The wheels still turn, but your fuel system isn't working the same way anymore. Now, here's what most people don't know. The number one reason you're tired after 60 isn't because you're not sleeping enough. It's not because you're less active. It's not even because of hormonal changes, though those play a role. The real culprit is something called sarcopenia, and I know that sounds scary, but stay with me because understanding this will change your life. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass and muscle strength that happens as we age. But here's the kicker. Most people think muscle loss is just about looking weaker or not being able to lift heavy things. They think it's about vanity or physical appearance. That's not the whole story. Not even close. Your muscles are like little power plants in your body. They don't just move you around. They're constantly burning energy, even when you're sitting. Still, even when you're sleeping. In fact, your muscle tissue burns about 3 times more calories than fat tissue, even at rest. Think about that for a minute. Your muscles are working 24/7 to keep your metabolism humming along. So when you start losing muscle mass, which typically begins around age 30 but accelerates dramatically after 50, you're literally losing your body's ability to produce energy efficiently. It's like your power plants are shutting down one by one. First, you lose the small ones, then the medium ones, And eventually, you're running on just a few tired, overworked power plants trying to fuel your entire body. And here's the part that really gets me fired up. This isn't just about vanity or looking good in clothes. This is about your quality of life. This is about whether you can play with your grandchildren, travel to see family, or simply have the energy to enjoy your retirement. When your muscles shrink, your metabolism slows down, your blood sugar becomes harder to control, your bones become more fragile, and yes, you feel tired all the time. But here's what gives me hope every single day. This is completely reversible. Even if you're 70, 80, or 90 years old, you can rebuild muscle, restart those power plants, and get your energy back. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Now, let me explain how this muscle loss creates a domino effect that makes you feel exhausted all day long. Because once you understand this chain reaction, everything starts to make sense. First domino. When you lose muscle, your body becomes less efficient at using glucose. That's your body's main fuel source. Think of it like having a car with a clogged fuel injector. The fuel is there in your tank, but it's not getting to where it needs to go efficiently. Your muscles are the primary consumers of glucose in your body. So when you have less muscle mass, glucose just sits in your bloodstream longer. Second domino. Your body starts relying more on sugar for quick energy because your muscles aren't doing their job of steady, sustained energy production. This creates blood sugar spikes and crashes throughout the day. Sound familiar? That 3 p.m. energy crash where you feel like you could fall asleep standing up? That's your blood sugar talking. You eat lunch, your blood sugar spikes because your muscles can't absorb it efficiently, then it crashes down, leaving you feeling like you've been hit by a truck. Third domino. Because your metabolism has slowed down, remember, less muscle means slower metabolism. Your body starts storing more fat, especially around your midsection. And here's what's really, frustrating. Fat tissue doesn't produce energy like muscle does. It just sits there, making you feel sluggish and heavy. It's like carrying around a backpack full of rocks all day. Fourth domino. Your sleep quality starts to suffer. When your body can't regulate blood sugar properly, it affects your sleep cycles in major ways. You might fall asleep okay, but you're not getting that deep restorative sleep that actually recharges your batteries. You wake up multiple times during the night when your blood sugar drops even if you don't remember waking up. Fifth domino. Your hormones start getting out of whack. Poor sleep affects your stress hormones like cortisol. High cortisol breaks down muscle tissue even faster. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. And here's where it gets really frustrating. Most people respond to this fatigue by doing exactly the wrong thing. They think, I'm tired, so I should rest more. I should take it easy. I should stop pushing myself so hard. But actually, the less you move, the more muscle you lose, and the more tired you become. It's a vicious cycle that gets worse and worse until you feel trapped. I had a client, Robert, who was 67, and he told me he was taking 2 naps a day and still felt exhausted. He'd wake up from his afternoon nap feeling worse than before he lay down. When we started working together, the first thing I told him was, Robert, you're not tired because you need more rest. You're tired because your body has forgotten how to make energy efficiently. 6 months later, Robert was hiking 5 miles with his grandson and had more energy at 68 than he'd had at 58. Now, here's another piece of the puzzle that most people, and unfortunately most doctors, completely miss. It's what I call the protein problem, and it's absolutely critical for anyone over 60 to understand this. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein to build and maintain muscle. It's like having a construction crew that's gotten lazy and inefficient. You can deliver all the building materials you want to the job site, but if the crew isn't motivated or skilled enough to use them properly, nothing gets built. Most nutrition guidelines tell adults to eat about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That's what you'll find on government websites, what most doctors will tell you, and what most nutrition labels are based on. But here's what they don't tell you. That guideline was created based on studies of younger adults, mostly in their 20s and 30s. After 60, you actually need significantly more protein to maintain the same muscle mass. Your body becomes what scientists call anabolically resistant. It's harder to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Think about it this way. If you're 150 pounds, the standard recommendation would be about 55 grams of protein per day. That's what most nutrition calculators will tell you. But research from the last decade shows that seniors need closer to 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight to prevent muscle loss. Some studies suggest even higher amounts, up to 2.0 grams per kilogram. For that same 150-pound person, that's 80 to 110 grams of protein per day, or even up to 135 grams. That's more than double the standard recommendation. And most seniors I work with are getting maybe 40 to 50 grams of protein per day, if they're lucky. I've had clients who are getting as little as 25 grams per day. But here's the really important part. It's not just about the total amount of protein. It's about when you eat it, what type you eat, and how you combine it with other nutrients. Timing factor. Your body can only use about 25 to 30 grams of protein at one time for muscle building. This is called the leucine threshold. Leucine is an amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. So, if you're eating a tiny breakfast with maybe 5 grams of protein, a small lunch with 10 grams, and then a huge dinner with 60 grams of protein, your body can't use most of that dinner protein effectively. It's like trying to water a plant with a fire hose. Most of it just runs off and gets wasted. The quality factor. You need what are called complete proteins. Proteins that contain all the essential amino acids your body needs. Your body can't make these amino acids on its own, so you have to get them from food. The best sources are things like eggs, which are the gold standard with a perfect amino acid profile, fish and seafood, chicken and turkey, lean beef and pork, Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, milk and cheese, or plant combinations like rice and beans, or quinoa. The absorption factor. As we age, our digestive system becomes less efficient at breaking down and absorbing protein. This is why many seniors do better with easily digestible protein sources, or even protein powders that are pre-broken down. I remember working with Margaret, who was 71, and she was eating the same breakfast every day. Toast with jam and coffee. That's maybe 4 grams of protein to start her day. No wonder she was dragging by 10 a.m. Her body had no building blocks to work with. We changed her breakfast to include eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. And within 2 weeks, she told me, her morning energy was completely different. The leucine connection. Here's something most people don't know. Leucine is the most important amino acid for muscle building in seniors. You need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Foods highest in leucine include chicken breast, where 30 grams of protein provides about 2.5 grams of leucine. 3 large eggs provide about 2.5 grams of leucine. 1 cup of Greek yogurt provides about 2.5 grams of leucine. 1 cup of cottage cheese provides about 2.5 grams of leucine, and whey protein powder, where 25 grams provides about 2.5 grams of leucine. This is why spreading your protein throughout the day in adequate amounts is so crucial. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Chronic inflammation is another huge energy thief that gets worse as we age, and it's directly connected to muscle loss in ways that most people never realize. Think of inflammation like having a low-grade fever all the time. Your body is constantly fighting something. Maybe it's old injuries, maybe it's stress, maybe it's poor diet, which uses up enormous amounts of energy. It's like running background programs on your computer. Everything slows down because your system is constantly working on other tasks. As we age, our bodies tend to develop what scientists call inflammaging, chronic, low-level inflammation that comes from various sources. Maybe it's from years of eating processed foods high in sugar and unhealthy fats. Maybe it's from chronic stress that never seems to go away. Maybe it's from lack of quality sleep, or even just the normal wear and tear of living for 6 or 7 decades. But here's the connection most people miss. Inflammation actually accelerates muscle loss through several mechanisms. First, inflammatory. Compounds called cytokines directly break down muscle protein. It's like having tiny saboteurs in your body constantly tearing down what you're trying to build up. Second, inflammation interferes with the signals that tell your muscles to grow and repair themselves. Even if you're eating enough protein and doing resistance exercise, chronic inflammation can block those beneficial effects. Third, inflammation makes your body less sensitive to insulin, which makes it harder to get nutrients into your muscle cells where they're needed. When your body is inflamed, it breaks down muscle tissue faster than it can build it back up. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes in it. No matter how much you pour in, it keeps leaking out, and muscle loss creates more inflammation. So you get caught in another vicious cycle. Inflammation causes muscle loss causes more inflammation, and both make you feel absolutely exhausted. The hidden sources of inflammation. Many seniors don't realize they're dealing with chronic inflammation because it's not obvious, like an infection or injury. But here are some common sources. Processed foods, anything that comes in a package and has ingredients you can't pronounce. Excess sugar. This includes healthy sugars, like agave, honey, and fruit juices. Trans fats and damaged oils, found in fried foods, margarine, and many packaged snacks. Chronic stress, financial worries, health concerns, family issues. Poor sleep, less than 7 hours or frequently interrupted sleep. Sedentary lifestyle, sitting for long periods without movement. Dehydration, many seniors don't drink enough. Water, hidden food sensitivities, foods that cause digestive issues or joint pain. The anti-inflammatory solution. The good news is that the foods that fight inflammation are the same ones that help build muscle and boost energy. Omega-3 rich. Foods include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, anchovies, walnuts and flax seeds, and chia seeds and hemp hearts. Antioxidant-rich vegetables include dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, arugula, colorful vegetables like bell peppers, carrots, beets, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Anti-inflammatory spices include turmeric with black pepper to enhance absorption, ginger either fresh or powdered, garlic and onions, and cinnamon and oregano. High-quality protein sources that are naturally anti-inflammatory include wild-caught fish, grass-fed meats, pasture-raised eggs, and organic dairy products. I had a client named Frank who was 69, and he was dealing with joint pain and constant fatigue. His inflammation markers were through the roof when we started working together. We focused on reducing inflammation through his diet, removing processed foods, adding fatty fish 3 times a week, loading up on colorful vegetables, and including anti-inflammatory spices in every meal. Within 6 weeks, he told me he felt like he had his 55-year-old energy back. His joint pain decreased dramatically, he was sleeping better, and he had steady energy throughout the day instead of the afternoon crashes he'd been experiencing. Let's talk about sleep for a minute, because this is where everything comes together, in ways that most people don't understand. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired the next day, it actually accelerates muscle loss and increases inflammation, creating a downward spiral that's hard to escape. When you don't get good quality sleep, several things happen. Your body produces less growth hormone, which is essential for maintaining and building muscle. Growth hormone is released primarily during deep sleep, and as we age, we naturally produce less of it. Poor sleep makes this problem even worse. Your cortisol levels stay elevated, and cortisol is a stress hormone that directly breaks down muscle tissue. It's like having a wrecking ball operating in your body all night long. Your insulin sensitivity decreases, making it harder for your muscles to absorb glucose and amino acids. This means even if you're eating well, your muscles aren't getting the nutrients they need. But here's the thing. Most seniors think they're sleeping enough because they're in bed for 8 hours. But being in bed isn't the same as getting quality sleep. As we age, our sleep architecture changes significantly. We spend less time in deep sleep, which is when your body does most of its repair work. We wake up more frequently during the night, often due to bathroom trips, joint pain, or blood sugar fluctuations. Our circadian rhythms shift, making us tired earlier in the evening, but also causing us to wake up very early. We become more sensitive to noise, light, and temperature changes, and if you're dealing with blood sugar fluctuations from muscle loss and poor nutrition, that can cause you to wake up multiple times during the night, even if you don't remember waking up. The blood sugar-sleep connection. Here's something most people don't realize. If your blood sugar drops too low during the night, your body releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol to bring it back up. This can wake you up with a racing heart, feeling anxious, or needing to use the bathroom. Many seniors experience this around 2 to 4 a.m. and don't understand why. It's often because they haven't eaten enough protein during the day, or they had a high-carb dinner that caused a blood sugar spike followed by a crash. The muscle-sleep connection. People with more muscle mass actually sleep better for several reasons. Better blood sugar control throughout the night, more efficient use of stress hormones, better temperature regulation, and less inflammation overall. It's all connected. Poor muscle health leads to poor blood sugar control, which leads to poor sleep, which leads to more muscle loss and more inflammation. But the good news is, when you start addressing the muscle loss and inflammation through proper nutrition and movement, your sleep naturally improves. And when your sleep improves, your energy improves dramatically. Sleep quality strategies for seniors include prioritizing protein at dinner with 25-30 grams of protein to help stabilize blood sugar overnight. Create a cool, dark environment with room temperature around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit and blackout curtains or eye mask. Limit fluids 2 hours before bed to minimize bathroom trips. Consider magnesium supplementation as many seniors are deficient, and magnesium helps with muscle relaxation and sleep quality. Maintain consistent sleep and wake times even on weekends. Get morning sunlight exposure, as this helps maintain your circadian rhythm. So what's the solution? How do you break this cycle and get your energy back? This is the section I get most excited about because this is where we turn everything around. This is where you stop being a victim of fatigue and start taking control of your energy levels. It all comes down to what I call the energy triangle. 3 key nutritional strategies that work together synergistically. Strategy 1. The protein. Priority system. Aim for 30 grams of high-quality protein at each of your 3 main meals. This ensures you hit that leucine threshold we talked about earlier, and gives your body a steady supply of muscle-building materials throughout the day. Large eggs plus 1 cup Greek yogurt equals 30 grams protein. Protein smoothie with 1 scoop whey. Protein plus 1 cup milk, plus 1 tablespoon almond butter equals 32 grams protein. 1 cup cottage cheese, plus 2 tablespoons nuts equals 28 grams protein. 2 eggs plus 2 slices, Canadian bacon, plus 1 slice cheese, equals 30 grams protein. 4 ounces chicken breast equals 35 grams protein. Large salad with 6 ounces salmon equals 36 grams protein. 1 cup lentils, plus 2 tablespoons hemp seeds equals 28 grams protein. Turkey and avocado wrap with 5 ounces, turkey equals 32 grams protein. Ounces lean beef plus side salad equals 32 grams protein. 5 ounces whitefish plus roasted vegetables equals 30 grams protein. 1.5 cups cooked quinoa plus 1 cup black beans equals 30 grams protein. 4 ounces pork tenderloin equals 30 grams protein. Space your protein intake every 4 or 5 hours to maintain steady muscle protein synthesis throughout the day. Don't go more than 5 hours without eating protein, or your body starts breaking down muscle. For energy. Tier 1, the highest quality, includes eggs, fish, poultry, lean meats, dairy. Tier 2, high quality, includes legumes plus grains, quinoa, nuts plus seeds combinations. Tier 3, moderate quality, includes protein powders, individual plant proteins. If you struggle to get enough protein from whole foods, a high-quality protein powder can be extremely helpful. Whey protein is fast-absorbing, highest in leucine, great post-workout or between meals. Casein protein is slow-absorbing, great before bed to prevent overnight muscle breakdown. Plant protein blends are good for those who can't tolerate dairy. Look for pea plus rice combinations. Strategy 2. The anti-inflammatory eating pattern. 80% of your foods should be whole, unprocessed foods that fight inflammation. 20% can be foods you enjoy that might not be perfectly healthy. This keeps you sane and sustainable. 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week or fish oil supplement. 5 times 7 servings of colorful vegetables daily. 2 to 3 servings of low-sugar fruits, with berries being best. 1 to 2 servings of nuts or seeds. Anti-inflammatory spices at every meal. 2 to 3 liters of clean water. Half your plate should be non-starchy vegetables like spinach, broccoli, peppers. 1/4 your plate should be high-quality protein. 1/4 your plate should be complex carbohydrates like sweet potato, quinoa, brown rice. Include healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, nuts, or fatty fish. Dark leafy greens include spinach, kale, Swiss chard, arugula. Cruciferous vegetables include broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. Colorful vegetables include bell peppers, carrots, beets, sweet potatoes. Allium vegetables include garlic, onions, leeks, shallots. Berries include blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. Cherries, especially tart cherries for sleep. Citrus fruits include oranges, grapefruits, lemons, limes. Apples and pears with skin. Extra virgin olive oil for low-heat cooking and dressings. Avocados and avocado oil. Nuts include walnuts, almonds, pistachios, Brazil nuts. Seeds include chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp hearts, pumpkin seeds. Fatty fish include salmon, mackerel, sardines, anchovies. Turmeric, 1 teaspoon daily with black pepper. Ginger, fresh or powdered, great in smoothies and teas. Cinnamon helps with blood sugar control. Oregano, basil, rosemary, thyme. Use liberally in cooking. Strategy 3. The blood sugar stabilization system. Always eat protein before carbohydrates. At meals. This slows down glucose absorption and prevents blood sugar spikes and crashes. Include fiber-rich foods at every meal to slow digestion and promote steady energy. Vegetables aim for 5 to 7 servings daily. Legumes include beans, lentils, chickpeas. Nuts and seeds include almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds. Whole grains include oats, quinoa, brown rice in moderation. Not all carbs are created equal. Choose carbs that provide steady energy. Best choices include vegetables, berries, legumes, steel-cut oats. Good choices include sweet potatoes, quinoa, brown rice, apples. Limit white bread, pasta, sugary snacks, fruit juices. Eat every 4 to 5 hours to maintain steady blood sugar. Don't skip meals, especially breakfast. If you need snacks, combine protein with a small amount of healthy carbs. Breakfast at 7 a.m. 3-egg veggie omelet with spinach, peppers, and mushrooms. Half an avocado. 1 cup berries. Green tea or coffee. Mid-morning snack at 10 a.m. if needed. 1 small apple with 2 tablespoons almond butter. Lunch at 12:30 p.m. Large salad with mixed greens, cucumber, tomatoes, bell peppers. 5 ounces grilled salmon. 2 tablespoons olive oil and lemon dressing. 1/4 cup pumpkin seeds. Afternoon. Snack at 3:30 p.m. if needed. 1 cup Greek yogurt with 1 tablespoon chia seeds and cinnamon. Dinner at 6:30 p.m. 4 ounces grass-fed beef or chicken breast. Roasted vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, carrots. Half cup quinoa or sweet potato. Side salad with olive oil, evening if needed. Herbal tea with 1 tablespoon collagen powder. Advanced nutritional strategies. Some seniors benefit from a 12-hour eating window like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., which can help with better insulin sensitivity, improved sleep quality, reduced inflammation, and better growth hormone production. Vitamin D3. Most seniors are deficient. Aim for 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily. Magnesium, 300 to 400 ml daily for muscle function and sleep. Omega-3 fatty acids, 1 or 2 grams daily if not eating fatty fish regularly. Protein powder to help meet daily protein goals. Creatine, 3 to 5 grams daily for muscle strength and cognitive function. Aim for half your body weight in ounces of water daily. Add a pinch of sea salt to prevent electrolyte imbalance. Include herbal teas, bone broth, and water-rich foods. Monitor urine color. Should be pale yellow. Batch cook proteins on Sunday for the week. Pre-cut vegetables and store in clear containers. Keep hard-boiled eggs ready for quick protein. Prepare overnight oats or chia puddings for easy breakfasts. Have emergency protein sources available like protein powder, nuts, Greek yogurt. Common mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1. Eating too little protein at breakfast. Many seniors start the day with toast, cereal, or fruit, setting themselves up for energy crashes later. Mistake number 2. Saving all their protein for dinner. Your body can't store protein, so spacing it throughout the day is crucial. Mistake number 3. Focusing only on calories instead of nutrient quality. A 100-calorie pack of cookies and 100 calories of almonds have completely different effects on your energy and health. Mistake number 4. Not eating enough overall. Many seniors undereat, which slows metabolism and accelerates muscle loss. Mistake number 5. Drinking too much caffeine to mask fatigue. This creates a cycle of dependency and can interfere with sleep quality. Now let's talk about the movement piece of the puzzle, because nutrition alone isn't enough. You need to give your muscles a reason to grow and maintain themselves. I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder or running marathons. I'm talking about simple, senior-friendly resistance training that can be done at home with minimal equipment. Research shows that just 2 to 3 resistance training sessions per week can significantly improve muscle mass, strength, and energy levels in seniors. For basic equipment, you need a set of resistance bands in light, medium, and heavy resistance, light dumbbells from 5 to 15 pounds to start, a sturdy chair, and your own body weight. The essential exercises include squats or chair sits, which build leg and core strength, push-ups either wall or modified, which build upper body strength, rows with resistance bands, which improve posture and back strength, planks modified if needed for core stability, and step-ups using stairs for functional leg strength. Here's a sample 20-minute routine to do 3 times per week. Start with a 5-minute warm-up of gentle movements, arm circles, and leg swings. Then do 10 minutes of resistance exercises with 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps each. Finish with a 5-minute cool-down of stretching. In addition to resistance training, aim for 30 minutes of walking daily. This can be broken into 3 10-minute walks if needed. Walking helps with blood sugar control, circulation, mood and energy, sleep quality, and bone health. Since sleep is so crucial for energy and muscle recovery, here's a comprehensive sleep protocol specifically designed for seniors. Follow the 3-2-1 rule. 3 hours before bed, stop eating large meals. 2 hours before bed, stop drinking fluids. And 1 hour before bed, stop screens and stimulating activities. Here's an evening routine for better sleep. At 6 p.m., finish dinner with adequate protein. At 7 p.m., take a gentle walk or do stretching. At 8 p.m., dim lights and begin wind-down activities. At 9 p.m., no more screens. Read or listen to calm music. At 10 p.m., begin your bedtime routine at the same time every night. For sleep environment optimization, Keep the temperature between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Ensure darkness with blackout curtains or an eye mask. Keep it quiet with earplugs or a white noise machine. Have a comfortable mattress and pillows and no electronics in the bedroom. For natural sleep aids, consider magnesium glycinate 200 to 400 milligrams 1 hour before bed. Chamomile tea 1 cup 30 minutes before bed. Tart cherry juice 1 ounce as a natural melatonin source. L-theanine 100 to 200 milligrams for relaxation without drowsiness. And melatonin 0.5 to 3 milligrams starting low, and consulting your healthcare provider. Keep a simple sleep journal, noting your bedtime and wake time, how many times you woke up, energy levels the next day, what you ate for dinner, and your exercise or activity levels. Here's something most people completely overlook. Dehydration is one of the leading causes of fatigue in seniors, and it's often mistaken for other health issues. Seniors are more prone to dehydration because kidney function naturally declines with age. Thirst sensation decreases. Medications can have diuretic effects. Fear of frequent urination leads to avoiding fluids, and reduced muscle mass means less water storage capacity. Even mild dehydration of just 2% of body weight can cause a 20% decrease in energy levels, difficulty concentrating, mood changes and irritability, headaches and dizziness, constipation, and joint stiffness. Here's the optimal hydration strategy for seniors. In the morning, start with 16 to 20 ounces of water upon waking. Throughout the day, sip consistently rather than drinking large amounts at once. With meals, drink 8 ounces of water with each meal. During exercise, add an additional 8 ounces for every 30 minutes of activity. In the evening, taper off 2 hours before bed. To enhance hydration, add a pinch of sea salt to prevent electrolyte imbalance. Include water-rich foods like cucumber, watermelon, soup, and herbal teas. Monitor urine color as pale yellow indicates good hydration. And consider coconut water for natural electrolytes after exercise. Signs you need more fluids include dark, yellow urine, dry mouth or sticky saliva, fatigue or dizziness, constipation, and dry, less elastic skin, which you can test by pinching the skin on the back of your hand. Chronic stress is an enormous energy drain that gets worse with age. Many seniors are dealing with multiple stressors, including health concerns, financial worries, family issues, and social isolation. Stress steals your energy by elevating cortisol, which breaks down muscle tissue, disrupting sleep quality and duration, increasing inflammation throughout the body, impairing digestion and nutrient absorption, creating blood sugar imbalances, and suppressing immune function. The stress-fatigue cycle works like this. Stress leads to poor sleep, which increases inflammation, which causes muscle loss, which lowers energy, which creates more stress. Here are effective stress management techniques for seniors. Try deep breathing exercises like 4-7-8 breathing, where you inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. Practice this 3 to 5 times daily, especially before meals and bedtime. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Gentle movement, like Tai Chi or Qigong, combines movement with meditation. Yoga, even chair yoga, can be beneficial. Walking in nature is proven to reduce cortisol levels. Social connection is crucial. Have regular phone calls or visits with family and friends. Join community groups or clubs. Do volunteer work, which provides purpose and social interaction. And consider a pet for companionship. For mindfulness and meditation, start with just 5 minutes daily. Use apps like Headspace or Calm for guidance. Practice gratitude by writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Don't hesitate to seek professional support, including counseling or therapy. Support groups for specific challenges, like health conditions or grief, and consider talking to a chaplain or spiritual advisor. Now let's put it all together with a step-by-step plan you can start implementing immediately. I call this the Energy Reclaim Protocol. Week 1 is foundation building. Days 1 through 3 focus on protein. Track your current protein intake for 3 days. Aim to include protein at every meal. Start with one protein-rich breakfast option. Begin drinking more water by adding 16 ounces to your current intake. Days 4 through 7 focus on sleep optimization. Establish consistent bedtime and wake time. Create a simple evening routine. Remove electronics from your bedroom. Try a magnesium supplement before bed. Week 2 is inflammation reduction. Days 8 through 10 focus on food cleanup. Remove obvious inflammatory foods including processed snacks, sugary drinks, and fried foods. Add one anti-inflammatory food to each meal. Include turmeric and ginger in your cooking. Days 11 through 14 introduce movement. Start with 10-minute walks after meals. Add simple resistance exercises using your body weight. Focus on consistency over intensity. Week 3 is energy optimization. Days 15 through 17 focus on meal timing. Eat every 4 to 5 hours. Don't skip breakfast. Include protein at each meal and snack. Days 18 through 21 focus on hydration. Aim for optimal water intake based on your body weight. Monitor urine color. Add electrolytes if needed. Week 4 is fine-tuning. Days 22 through 24 focus on stress management. Implement daily breathing exercises. Practice gratitude journaling. Identify and address major stressors. Days 25 through 30 focus on full integration. Combine all elements into a sustainable routine. Track your energy levels daily on a 1 to 10 scale. Adjust based on what's working best for you. For daily energy tracking, note your wake-up energy level from 1 to 10, mid-morning energy from 1 to 10, afternoon energy from 1 to 10, evening energy from 1 to 10, sleep quality from 1 to 10, and include notes about food, exercise, stress, and other factors. Let me address the most common obstacles seniors face when trying to increase their energy. Challenge number 1. I have no appetite for more protein. Solutions include starting with liquid proteins like smoothies and protein drinks, adding protein powder to familiar foods like oatmeal, yogurt, and soup, focusing on small, frequent protein servings rather than large amounts, and trying different protein sources to find what you enjoy. Challenge number 2. Exercise makes me more tired. Solutions include recognizing you're probably doing too much too soon, starting with just 5 minutes of gentle movement, focusing on consistency over intensity, making sure you're eating enough to fuel your activity, and considering underlying health issues that may need addressing. Challenge number 3. I can't sleep through the night. Solutions include checking blood sugar stability by eating protein with dinner, limiting fluids 2 hours before bed, keeping a bedside journal to track wake-up patterns, considering a sleep study if problems persist, and addressing any underlying anxiety or worry. Challenge number 4. I forget to eat regularly. Solutions include setting phone alarms for meal times, preparing meals and snacks in advance, keeping easy protein sources readily available, asking family members to check in about meals, and using pill organizers for supplements. Challenge number 5. This seems overwhelming. Solutions include starting with just one change at a time, focusing on progress, not perfection, celebrating small wins, getting support from family, friends, or healthcare providers, and remembering that some improvement is better than no improvement. Challenge number 6. I have multiple health conditions. Solutions include working with your healthcare team, making modifications based on your specific needs, starting very slowly and building gradually, focusing on the basics of protein, hydration, and gentle movement, and not letting perfect be the enemy of good. While the strategies in this guide can make a tremendous difference for most people, sometimes professional help is needed. Here are red flags that indicate you should consult with healthcare providers. See your doctor if fatigue is sudden and severe, you're losing weight without trying, you have chest pain, shortness of breath, or heart palpitations, you're experiencing severe depression or anxiety, your fatigue doesn't improve after 4 to 6 weeks of lifestyle changes, or you have concerning symptoms like persistent pain, changes in bowel habits, or unexplained swelling. Consider working with a registered dietitian for personalized nutrition planning, a physical therapist for safe exercise programming, a sleep specialist if sleep problems persist, an endocrinologist for hormone-related issues, or a geriatrician who specializes in senior health issues. Important lab tests to consider include a complete blood count to check for anemia, comprehensive metabolic panel for kidney function and blood sugar, thyroid function tests, vitamin D level, B12 and folate levels, iron studies, and inflammatory markers like CRP and ESR. Let me share some real success stories from clients I've worked with, because I want you to see what's possible. Margaret's story. She's 73 years old. When Margaret first came to me, she was taking 2 naps a day and could barely make it through grocery shopping. She was eating about 35 grams of protein per day and had lost 15 pounds of muscle mass over the previous 5 years. We started with simple changes: a protein smoothie for breakfast, Greek yogurt snacks, and adding chicken or fish to her lunch and dinner. We also began with 10-minute walks after meals. 6 months later, Margaret was hiking 3 miles with her walking group, had gained back 8 pounds of healthy weight, mostly muscle, and told me she felt like she had found herself again. Robert was a retired engineer who prided himself on being logical and systematic. But when it came to his health, he felt completely lost. He was exhausted all the time, had gained 30 pounds around his midsection, and his doctor kept telling him it was just aging. We approached his health like an engineering problem, identified the variables including protein intake, sleep quality, and inflammation markers, created a systematic plan, and tracked progress daily. Within 3 months, Robert had lost 18 pounds, gained significant energy, and was sleeping through the night for the first time in years. He told me, "I approach my health like any other project now, with data, consistency, and patience." Dorothy's journey. She's 81 years old. Dorothy was the oldest client I'd worked with, and she was convinced it was too late for her to feel better. She was using a walker, had chronic pain, and felt like she was just waiting to die. We started incredibly slowly, just focusing on getting 20 grams of protein at breakfast and taking a 5-minute walk around her apartment building. 2 years later, Dorothy had given up her walker, was pain-free, and was volunteering at the local library 3 days a week. She told me, "I got my life back. I didn't think that was possible at my age." The common thread in what all these success stories share is they started small and built gradually. They focused on consistency over perfection. They didn't let age be an excuse. They treated their health as a priority, not an afterthought, and they celebrated small wins along the way. Here's exactly what I want you to do after watching this video. Today, before you go to bed tonight, write down your why. Why do you want more energy? What would you do with it? Take a photo of yourself and note your current energy level from 1 to 10. Clean out one shelf in your pantry of processed foods. Set a consistent bedtime for tonight and stick to it. This week, plan 3 protein-rich breakfasts and shop for ingredients. Start tracking your protein intake for 3 days. Begin drinking 16 ounces more water than you currently do. Take a 10-minute walk after at least 1 meal each day. Remove electronics from your bedroom. Over the next 30 days, follow the 30-day energy transformation plan outlined earlier. Track your energy levels daily. Take progress photos and measurements weekly. Adjust the plan based on what's working for your body. Celebrate small wins and be patient with the process. I want you to say this out loud. My fatigue is not inevitable. My best days are not behind me. I have the power to reclaim my energy and transform my health, starting today. Create your support system by sharing your goals with family and friends, finding an accountability partner, joining online communities focused on healthy aging, considering working with healthcare professionals, and not trying to do this alone. Keep a simple daily log of your energy level upon waking from 1 to 10. Protein intake at each meal, water consumption, movement and exercise, sleep quality, and any notes about how you feel. Watch for these warning signs. trying to change everything at once, which is a recipe for failure, comparing your progress to others, giving up after a few bad days, focusing on perfection instead of progress, and not celebrating small victories. Look, I know this might feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work and I'm already tired. But here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. The most important thing is understanding that your fatigue isn't inevitable. It's not just part of getting older. It's your body telling you that it needs something different than what it's getting right now. I've seen 70-year-olds who have more energy than 40-year-olds, and the difference isn't genetics, it's lifestyle. It's giving your body what it needs to thrive, not just survive. The compound effect of small changes is remarkable. Week 1, you might notice slightly better sleep. Week 2, morning energy starts to improve. Week 4, afternoon energy crashes become less frequent. Week 8, you realize you're doing things you couldn't do 2 months ago. Week 12, people start commenting on how much better you look and act. Here's your 3-step action plan starting right now. Step 1. Choose your first change. Pick just one thing from this entire presentation that resonates with you. Adding protein to breakfast, taking a 10-minute walk after dinner, going to bed 30 minutes earlier, drinking 16 ounces more water daily, or adding anti-inflammatory foods to one meal. Step 2. Commit to consistency. Do that one thing every day for the next 7 days. Don't worry about anything else. Just focus on building that one habit. Step 3. Add gradually. Once that first habit feels natural, usually after 7 to 10 days, add one more element. Build slowly and sustainably. Remember that progress is not always linear. You'll have good days and challenging days. Your body wants to have energy. You just need to give it the right tools. Small, consistent actions create massive long-term results. It's never too late to start feeling better. You deserve to have energy and vitality at any age. The strategies I've shared with you today aren't theoretical. They're proven, practical approaches that have helped thousands of seniors reclaim their energy and transform their lives. You have a choice. You can accept fatigue as your new normal, or you can take action to change it. Your body is remarkably resilient and capable of healing and improving, even if you're 70, 80, or 90 years old. But it needs your help. It needs you to provide the building blocks for energy, adequate protein, anti-inflammatory foods, gentle movement, quality sleep, and proper hydration. Your energy transformation starts now. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Health Next 365. I'm here every week with practical, science-based advice to help you feel your best at every age, and I want to hear from you in the comments. What's your biggest energy challenge right now? Which strategy from this video are you going to implement first? What would you do with more energy if you had it? Let me know. I read every single comment, and I love connecting with you. Next week, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a simple, senior-friendly workout routine that builds muscle and boosts energy in just 15 minutes a day, using nothing but a chair and your body weight. You won't want to miss it. Remember, your best days aren't behind you, they're ahead of you. Every day is a new opportunity to make choices that move you toward more energy, better health, and a more vibrant life. Take care of yourself, be patient with the process, celebrate small victories, and I'll see you next week on Health Next 365. Until then, remember, you have the power to transform your energy and reclaim your vitality. The only question is, will you use it?